Guten Morgen, folks. How are you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. My name is Nyash, and here we get to inform you what has been happening in terms of football in the last 24 hours, all right, as far as football goes, all right. And we are in the international break now, but Arsenal is still making headlines as far as club football goes, and it's for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, so it started off with, of course, Mesut Ozil offering to pay Ganassara's wages, or the guy who plays Ganassara's mascot, Arsenal's mascot. And of course, that was basically pitting the club versus the fans, you know, because the fans were asking if Zurium Semekwa sort of fired or made redundant. So Ozil offered to pay the wages. Now, yesterday, Arsenal released the Europa League squads, and guess who was missing out? Yep, Mesut Ozil. He has been dropped from the Europa League squad that is going to be playing for Arsenal throughout this Europa League season, alongside Papastostopoulos. Again, making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Maze. I don't know what the hell is going on. And then we saw yesterday some training video of Arsenal, and we had this small moment of Mesut Ozil fist bumping Mikel Arteta, kind of trying to show like there's still some connection between the two. Makes me wonder though, like, maybe it's not even about Arteta. Maybe it's not about even Ozil not running anymore. Maybe it's more than that. I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere up above. Someone does not want Ozil to play for Arsenal anymore. I don't get it. To be honest, I'm confused now. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. I don't have a clue. What I know is that Ozil is not going to be playing the Europa League, and maybe might just be dropped from the 25-man squad also for the Premier League. Yeah, kuna watu wawili hapo watakuwa dropped. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen there. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. And now that the transfer window is closed, there are some details filtering out as far as how Arsenal went into getting Thomas Partey. And apparently, Edu Gaspar, our technical director, was calling Partey's entourage at 2 a.m. on Sunday, telling them like, yo, you know what? Come Monday, we are activating the release clause. Get ready. And his representatives were kind of ready for Thomas to stay at Atletico because ilikuwa inakaa tu Arsenal are not going to activate the clause, to be honest. And then boom, you get the call. We are activating the clause. Thomas Partey ni nani? He's been looking at Arsenal for a long time, so he wanted to leave, and immediately he said, it's okay, just pay it, I'm coming to London. And now he's at London. Of course, he's an Arsenal player, that's what I mean. He's not like physically at London, if you get what I mean, right? And of course, I saw another piece of article at The Athletic, and they were talking about how Arsenal have been pursuing Thomas Partey since 2018. We actually wanted to sign Thomas Partey last summer, but Unai Emery had other ideas, and he was looking for a winger instead of a DM. I think that's the time he had Torreira then, I think, so he's not much interested than the DM. So he bought a winger. That's when he went for Nicola Pepe instead of Thomas Partey. And now the stars have aligned, and here we are. Thomas Partey is at Arsenal. He has been watching Arsenal matches. They have been talking. They have had numerous talks with Arsenal and with regards to him coming to London. So yeah, ilikuwa tu happen. It was written in the stars, man. And here he is. And I can't wait, Maze. Party after party. Hey. Alright, so that's the small bit of club news as far as club news goes. There's also another one I forgot. Kieran Tierney apparently is supposed to self-isolate because he came into contact with Stuart Armstrong, a Scottish player who has tested positive for coronavirus, of COVID-19, if you like. And of course, out of that, if you come into contact with such, inasemekana you self-isolate. So Kieran Tierney made a statement yesterday saying he was social distancing as far as he was dealing with Stuart Armstrong. He has been tested, he has taken a COVID-19 test, he has come out as negative. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. And also, Arsenal made also a statement with regards to that, saying Kieran Tierney was maintaining social distance throughout the period. And yeah, so they're going to be doing more tests, and they're going to be looking for guidance on how to handle the issue. Because if he's negative and you're social distancing, then hakuna haja self-isolation is there. And if it means self-isolating, it means he's going to miss our first game after the international break, and that is against Manchester City. We don't want him missing that's a huge one. That is huge. You want him back for that one. So that's something to keep an eye on during this international break. So yesterday we had a plethora of matches, club international friendlies for countries, international friendlies, yeah, it has to be for countries, nikishasema international. So, and some interesting ones, to be honest, like we had Germany taking on Turkey. That game ended 3-3, a thriller, to be honest, being played in Germany. And out of it, you can see like Germany can score, but it's kind of becoming familiar that they can't defend. So hapo kidogo wako on the back foot compared to some other countries. France was playing yesterday against Ukraine, and boy, What a walloping they gave to Ukraine, man. It's 7-1, man. Giroud was the captain. He was playing his 100th cap for France, and he scored a brace in that game, and he's now the second highest scorer in France. For a late bloomer, hey, that is dope. You gotta be honest. For a late bloomer, you only know Mare, so you gotta give him props for that. And now he's a centurion, and France again, they are showing like they are the real deal. And I was looking at some picture that was produced yesterday showing the defensive options for France, and you look at their center back options, you're like, Jesus Christ, these dudes have more like 20 center backs who they can call upon. Now what ni wase wanoma, Kimpembe, Lenglet, Umtiti, who are this Akina Varane. So many options maze defensively, and got me thinking like, yo, you know what? Come 2022, I will not be surprised if these motherfuckers defend. I mean, defend the World Cup. If they win it again, I mean, if you look at their defensive options, there are plenty. Plenty. And then look at the attacking options. Ukishataja akina Mbappe hapo, Buda, akina Griezmann. Hey, jana hadi mseka kama Vinga anafunga bao. The midfield options, lots of them. Attacking options, lots of them. But the midfield and defensive options, it's only more bana. They have a lot of options. Didier Deschamps is going to have his work cut out for him in terms of selecting a squad there, because there are many. They are many. And yeah, I will not be surprised by them if they maybe win the Nations League. Maybe they will. It's going to be interesting because I think on Friday or Saturday they're going to be playing against Portugal. Yeah, so hiyo itakuwa kukata na shoka. We also had Portugal hosting Spain. That game ended 0-0, but man, the number of times that Portugal hit the post, I think they were like 3 times in 5 minutes in the second half. Sikuona game yote. But yeah, they were really attacking Spain, but still they could not crack them up. We had Netherlands hosting Mexico, and that game ended 1-0 in favor of Mexico. First game for Frank de Boer, managing Netherlands as a first team manager, and he took an L, unfortunately. And Netherlands had a chance by there to equalize in the second half, but they could not convert it. Yeah, so they took the L. We had Switzerland hosting Croatia. They lost 2-1 to Croatia. Another interesting game. We had Denmark playing against Faroe Islands, and they won 4-0. We had Italy hosting Moldova. They beat them 6-0. El Shaarawy, but yeah, bado anakuanga, he scored a brace in that game. We had Poland playing against Finland. They won that game 5-1. There's this guy called Kamil Groski, who actually plays for West Bromwich. He scored a hat-trick in that game. I hope he's going to come through for West Bromwich once, they come back to the Premier League, because, hey, West Bromwich are called Chini Mbaya. So today we have some other friendlies, and these one are interesting. So some other friendlies are also not what I wanted to say. I shall talk about that one later. Some other friendlies which are worth keeping an eye on. Not that big, but still interesting. We have Russia hosting Sweden. That's a good one. 7:15 p.m. 2 hours after that, we shall be having Belgium versus Ivory Coast. Now that is a must watch. That is worth keeping an eye on. Then the last one at 10 p.m. we have England versus Wales. A very good game, that one, worth keeping an eye on. Then there's this small issue of Euro Nations League, Euro 2020 playoffs semi-finals, yeah? So the teams, we have 4 slots available for Euros 2020. Inachezwa next year, 2021, but they still be called Euros 2020. So there are 4 more slots available, and these guys are playing them out. There's gonna be some playoffs going on to find the 4 teams that are gonna fill up the spots, and they have been based on how the teams have performed in the UEFA Nations League. Like there are 4 paths. Each path has 2 matches. Then whoever wins the first game meets the other winner in the other game, and whoever is hosting this first semi-final playoff is the one who finished highest in the UEFA Nations League. So UEFA Nations League imekuwa happen all along. We all know about it. So whoever is hosting tonight's matches is the one who had a higher finish in the UEFA Nations League. So whoever wins that one goes to play the finals that are gonna be played in November. And the host of the finals was picked randomly. So hapo hakuna ati will finish higher than huyu, so utakuwa picked final. So these are the games. There are 4 parts, yeah? We have path A, B, C, D. Path A, we have Bulgaria versus Hungary. So that means Bulgaria finished high in the Nations League than Hungary. So that's why they are playing at home. In that same path, we have Iceland versus Romania. So whoever wins in those 2 games, they go to collide on November 12th to get who's going to be going to the UEFA Euros next year. Then you have path B, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Herzegovina hosting Northern Ireland. Whoever wins there is going to be facing Slovakia versus the Republic of Ireland. All right, some interesting games there. Then part C, I think these games are actually being played today. Yeah, they're being played today. So these games are being played today, so they have some stakes. They are interesting. They can be interesting. They are kind of worth watching. Yeah. See my friendly too if is an international break and stuff. Part C, we have Norway hosting Serbia. Whoever wins there is going to be facing Scotland, who are going to be entertaining Israel tonight. All right. Then the last part, that is part D, we have Georgia hosting Belarus. And Belarus. Then Northern Macedonia hosting Kosovo. To be honest, I didn't know there was Northern Macedonia. I thought like it's only one Macedonia. Turns out there's Northern Macedonia, and it is what it is. So these teams, whoever wins here, is going to be playing a final on November 12th to meet the winner of the other game and to decide who's going to be filling the 4 spots available for Euro 2020. All right, and Euro 2020 is going to be played in 2021. It was supposed to be played this June, but thanks to coronavirus, it was taken to next year. Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa. So that's what it is, and that's all I have to digest for you today. And those are the games worth keeping an eye on. That's the information worth knowing today. Have a good day, and God bless.